welcome back to my channel, to Only Movies, and today we're going to be talking about the movie Together. It's about two couples who move into a countryside, who went hiking and stuff, and then after getting into an accident up in the cave and stuff, weird stuff been happening. I say this is like a body horror, which I'm a big fan of body horror if you know me. But for me, I say this is kind of like a bit of a reference, not a reference, but to me it reminds me of the movie The Society. If you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. It's from the early 90s, I believe, or late 80s, 89, 90. I forgot which one was it. I have to double check. But for me, with that kind of body horror, it is the same with this one. But with this one, it does involve with CGI, so it's not like too much practical effect with some scenes. And the beginning of the film, it starts off with these people going out in the woods looking for these two couples who are missing. They couldn't find it, and then these two dogs went down this cave and they started drinking this water, and then weird stuff happening, and then they were just silence, no barking or anything. And then when they got home and stuff, there weird stuff were happening, and that scene reminds me from the movie The Thing. If you have seen the movie The Thing, that's another body horror movie which is really amazing, from John Carpenter's and around the 1980s. That's a remake, not from the original, from the 1950s. So yeah, I'm gonna be referencing from some body horror movies that involves with body horror. So if you notice that me talking about it, so like I said, The Society and The Thing, and there's a few other movies. I'm gonna be, because I know my knowledge about these kind of horror movies. Like I said, I'm a big fan of body horror. But yes, with this film, with watching the trailer, it's like I didn't know what I was like expecting. Just watching this stuff, like I know the title was Together, but I didn't know exactly like it was really gonna be them really getting close together, like it really meant and all. Because like I said, with the teaser trailer, you just see little bits and stuff, and you don't know exactly. But my expectation for this movie was really don't want to say like it has to be like it had to be perfect and stuff, but it's like I just want to be entertained, and it really did. So this movie really entertained me with all this stuff that was happening. Like I said, I don't like movies that spoil too much with their trailers, and this film I feel like it wasn't. It was just still keeping me mysterious, just wondering what's going on, what's going on with these couples and all. But if you love that kind of movie, you're gonna love this movie. So like I said, Together is about these two couples who move into the countryside to do better for their life. Because for David Franco's character, he wants to do better because he's not okay after his folks died, and then he's trying to clear his mind and all. And his wife is a teacher, so she's working at a school as well. And then once they interact with this cave, weird stuff been happening and all. So with both characters, Dave and Allison, they have great chemistry in this film. Since they're both actually real couples in real life, for them playing couples in this film, like I said, they have great connections. So it goes really well for them when they have their good moments, their bad moments, because not every couple has a perfect life, and for them, they're trying their best to work things out together. And then with this thing that's interacting, Deva's character is like he's feels like something's different for him. Is something's changing. That is something's just weird's going on with him. Because when his girlfriend Allison's character goes away and stuff, he's like, man, he can't be away from her so long. Like he needs her to be with him mostly like 24/7. And like, you know, when you're in a relationship, you really don't want to be attached to people like that too close. So you need your space and all. So she tries to give him space a few times, but for him it's really hard. And he's trying to explain to her that it's really hard for her and all. He can't explain it and all, but something strange is going on with him. And later on, for her, weird things happen to her, but at night. So it's kind of strange. So her happening stuff is strange at night, and for him in the daytime. So, but little by little, they're realizing something really is strange. Because in one scene, Dave's character has to go out of town to do his gig for a band and all, but he can't seem to be away from his girl. He seems really like anxious and anxiety and all this, and the doctor already gave him some medicine for that, but he has to be close to her. So after that, when he gets close to her, like they're having their relationship and all, and the bathroom scene, man, it is crazy, man. That that hurt it for me in one area, but if I can't spoil too much on this, but man, it's really painful. But yeah, like I said, with this body horror stuff, it's really amazing. I like I said earlier, there is a lot of CGI, but there's few that I'm sure they use practical effects because once they had to attach their arm and stuff like that, it's you could kind of notice it is practical effect until they use CGI later on, until they really get close together and all. So like I said, when you're in a relationship, there's moments that you have your arguments and stuff, and like when they had their arguments, they try to sleep in separate beds, cause if late at night when they get close together, they get too attached and stuff, and weird stuff happens. But once they sleep apart, slowly the body can't be a part of them, so they it's like the body has this mind of its own, so it just like tries to slide in. So both characters move in, like get closer together, so they could get attached together, and like two bodies in one, like that. But they try to fight so much not to do that, and they try to so hard not to be attached and stuff, and try to figure out what they can do better. So this curse or whatever this is that they could try to be over with. But like I said, mainly at the end, once everything gets closer to the weird stuff happening, Dave's character is trying to investigate more what happened to the last couple, because one of Allison's co-worker, a teacher, told him that there was missing couple that used to live at their house. And so he tries to investigate, and he realized that the location they were missing is close to the cave they were at. He tries to go investigate, and more he gets closer to the weird stuff happening. And then Allison's co-worker, the more she interacts with him, the more strange stuff she understanding, like realizing, okay, something strange is going on, that he's a bit strange, that he knows a lot more that's going on. But like I said, I'm trying not to spoil so much, because you're just gonna have to watch the film yourself, because like at the end it gets stranger, and then everything, all the pieces of the puzzle go in together, and then you realize like, wow, that this little town is really strange and all, especially that little not mountain area, but the little forest area you go, because you see like these bells everywhere, and you're just wondering what are these bells, and I don't understand. But the more you interact and all, closer to the end, then you're understanding what's going on. So that's like, I feel like that's mainly my positive stuff. The negative, I want to say it does build up slowly, but I want to say like, if I don't know, like for negative, I guess hopefully you didn't go through this kind of bad relationship that how they're going through with the stuff is going on. Hopefully this doesn't involve with your relationship and stuff. I guess I don't know. I can't explain it now. But the negative stuff is not too bad. It's just like I said, the CGI is not too bad. There's some scenes that maybe some people wouldn't like, and the slow build up. But for me, my positive was like, I did love the body horror. The connection with Dave and Allison, they both were great and all. I really enjoyed this film. I loved it. It could be, I wouldn't say the best body horror, but one of those entertaining body horror films that really, that I haven't seen a body horror film in a long time. Usually I watch like the classic horror movies from like the 80s or early 90s, where they did body horrors, because those were, they used the practical effects, and those were really amazing. And nowadays you really don't see that too often. Mainly it's like reboots, like I said, there was a reboot of early 2010s of the Thing, and that was okay for me. The CGI for this wasn't too bad, so because once they really get interacting, get close, and then you understand why they used the CGI. But practical effects would have been much better, but like I said, it wasn't too bad. But other than that, my review for this film, I give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, everything was really amazing, really entertaining. Their connection was really amazing. The thrills and the bit of scenes, there are like little scare scenes on this that aren't too bad. But like I said, I really enjoy this film. But other than that, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this film. Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.